Bloody hell. I intended to do this early, but I found myself watching Sharp. Sharp's Eagle. I love a bit of Sharp. But yeah, and now the bloody clocks are gone forward. Now the sun's up in the sky longer, so it's now beaming in at me for sort of longer during the day. So as you can see, it's just it's just coming in at me. I've been tagged. But Fusion tag. Before I go on though, congratulations to SNEStastic and Tyzer Wayne for breaking 600 subs and 200 subs respectively. But also, in particular, congratulations to Phantom Gamer 2304 who actually tagged me, and he's just broken 100 subs if I'm right. Although I should have more. He just, as a lot of you will know, he had his first account hacked by some bastard who doesn't, warrant any sort of, But luckily he's come back with help and he's now broken the 100 subs mark. So well done, mate. Thanks for tagging me. All three of those top drawer YouTubers. I think I mentioned most of them before, and all totally deserve a sub if you've not subbed already. Yeah, the Fusion tag. I've written these down. These are the most notes I've written so far for a tag. Look at that, Jesus. Just to keep it in my head. A lot of these, it's sort of split down the middle. A lot of them I could go on for ages about. And others I could literally have one word answers, I'm afraid. Some of them. So in that sense, it's been quite difficult. So I just sort of rein myself in for others and try and sort of pad out for the other questions. But I've enjoyed it again, as always. I always quite enjoy the sort of getting my brain in gear, because I'm a bit of a lazy bastard at heart. Right. What the questions are? I've got all these different sets of notes. Questions first. I'll start with the first question. Actually, I've just thought I've been thinking I would have quite liked this to be called the mashup tag. But fusion's good, but I think mashup sounds good. Like mashup, like music. That's mashup, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm digressing. Fusion tag. First question: if you could fuse two games together, which ones and why? I could be really boring. I've mentioned in the past that I would like to have had a game that was a combination of Shining Force or Fire Emblem with Suikoden. They were the sort of my favourite games. But that's just boring. I can't dig that up again. I've got to have some sort of original thought. So I've had another think. And I thought something like Resident Evil / Left 4 Dead, sorry, as an MMO, as like World of Warcraft, because I think it sort of suits it. The whole horror genre, the zombie horror genre, it's different from other horror films because it goes on beyond the end of the film. It's sort of like it's a life, isn't it? It's an existence rather than a happening. I mean, that's why I think that's one of the reasons why zombie films are so popular, because the scope for a film is huge. You could. I'm surprised that there's never been some sort of almost like a zombie soap opera or like a major sort of serial drama, because they can go on forever. That's the nature, isn't it? It's about existence. But I think Resident Evil or Left 4 Dead as an MMO, as World of Warcraft, I think that would be interesting, because I think games are easier ideas are easier to combine than films, which is the second question. Combining films. I could go on for ages with this one. I think I've got a whole half page of notes for this. I found it difficult, to be honest, because I find that my favourite films in particular are like quite singular artistic visions. They're like one person's idea that they've, you know, it's an artistic vision and they've put a lot of thought into, and to sort of control it, and to combine the two, it would sort of turn it into, would sort of a bit of a fudge, really. I tend to find that to combine two ideas sort of lessens something, or especially films, but that's not always the case. As I'm going to, thinking about this whole thing, I was thinking, I wouldn't combine my best films, because that would just make a shitter film out of sort of two good films into something just rubbish. So I thought, two bad films, I just wouldn't want to combine two. I wouldn't want to watch two bad films combined into one something probably even worse. So what I've come up with is I've looked to combine a bad film I wouldn't want to see with a good film that I love, just to sort of maybe the good film to improve the bad film. But I just want to mention a couple of other, especially one particular film that it's sort of like a genre. It's a sort of a mixed genre film that not many people have heard of. It's called it's an old Hammer horror film. It's called House of the Seven Golden Vampires. It's basically it's got Peter Cushing reprising his role as Van Helsing from the original Dracula films. And it's basically Kung Fu Magnificent Seven combined with Dracula, Van Helsing and an army of zombies. It's as good as it sounds. Check it out. I don't think it's on DVD, so you might have difficulty finding it, but if you can, it's as good as it sounds. Oh Jesus, I'm already at 7 minutes. This is going to take ages. This is going to take 2 vids. Sorry boys and girls. Yes, the two films I've actually picked are Sex and the City. That's not a film that interests me in the slightest. With Dawn of the Dead. Combine the two, you know, make those girls work for their lunch. Dawn of the Dead, make them fight some zombies rather than sitting down talking about clothes and knobbing and stuff. Make them get off their arses and work for their lunch, because that's all they seem to do, whining. Well, that's as much as I've seen that. I don't want to offend anyone. Sorry if I have. But I think that creates quite a good picture. Dawn of the Dead is combined with Sex and the City. Having thought about it more, they fit quite well, because they both have. Maybe I'm giving one too much credit that it has subtext, but especially Dawn of the Dead has a definite subtext about the sort of the nature of consumerism. I'm specifically referring to the original Dawn of the Dead. It's where they hold themselves up in the shopping mall and create like their own utopia, and that's also like a comment about how we live our lives now. But the Sex and the City also it's about consumerism and fashion, and but they're two sides of the same coin. So it makes it natural to combine the two, and I'd like to see some sort of desperation and jeopardy in the lives of those birds who are in that film and that television programme. They need it, you know. Sorry, that was a bit bitter, wasn't it? I've done the games, haven't I? Oh Jesus, sorry. I'll do the two that I've got less response for. I'll skip Comedian because I could go on for a while with that. I'll come back to it. I'll put in a second part because I've just noticed I'm already at 9 minutes. Do you believe in ghosts? No, sorry. I've got no more to say about that. No. Do you watch Family Guy? What's your favourite episode you do? No, I don't. I've seen bits here and there, and it's just, I don't know. It's a bit smug for its own liking, for my good. You know, it seems a bit like a bit too clever for its own good. And also, I don't really have favourite episodes of things. If I like something, I tend to like most of it. I never have one really sort of favourite episode. I could give you a whole list of South Park episodes that I really like. off the top of my head, the Mecha Streisand one. With Robert Smith, that one. Where Robert Smith ends up Rochambeau Cartman in the nuts right at the end. And then walks off over the horizon to some little Japanese guy singing Robert Smith. Look it up if you've never seen it, it's brilliant. So I don't watch Family Guy. So I've missed out. I can't believe this. I've missed out 3 already, and this is going to have to go into a second part. So I'll cut part 1 off there and come back for part 2. Apologies.